Hey everybody, it's Tyinspire and welcome back to the channel. It's so good to be back a year later after I did the last immigration video. And this one today is going to be an updated version of what I did last year. Over the last year, I have heard from so many of you about the video. So thank you for reaching out. Thank you for the compliments. It seems to have really helped a lot of people, and I'm so happy to hear that because that's exactly what I hoped to do. So now there have been some small changes. So I wanted to come back. I had been promising several of you that have contacted me that I was going to do an updated version of the video. And as I was getting information about the updates, I was responding to people and letting you know, like, okay, this is new, this is different. So here's the video for everybody. You can still watch the old one. Most of the information is the same. I am going to review it today. And I'm also going to add an additional process for spousal visas. So if you are a spouse that is married to a Ghanaian, I'm going to tell you what you need to do for that process as well. I'll save that for the end of the video. So if you don't need that, you can, leave. Or if you need that one, you'll have to wait till the very end. Okay, but let's get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it. So first things first, there's a lot that I can say about this process. I, again, had to renew mine and went through the process just a few weeks ago. And I've had a very interesting experience. So one of the reasons I wanted to do this video last year was because I wanted to help people and to let you know how possible it is to just do it yourself. That you don't need assistance, that it was pretty easy as long as you knew the steps and you had the right information, that you could do it yourself. And so I did that because an immigration officer was helping me last year with my process, and he was not being very honest with me when it came to the financial portion of getting my residency. And thank God I already knew how much I was going to need to pay for each part of the process, because I already had a general idea. Someone gave me some more information, and I was recommended to this guy, but yeah, he didn't do right, guys. Sorry. And I just want to be honest with you about it now. I didn't say anything before, but I want to be honest with you now because just again, when I went to do the process this last time, I always do it on my own. I do everything on my own. If I can do it, then I'm there. I'm doing it. No matter what it is. That's just how I am. Okay, so I did it on my own, of course, with my husband. And we were mostly finished with the process. And an immigration officer asked me if I had representation. And I said, no, I don't. I don't even need representation. I'm almost finished. Like, I'm just waiting on the last signature and I'm gonna pay and go. I should get it and go. Well, she told another immigration officer that I needed assistance or that I didn't have representation. And so then he approached me about representing me. So I was really confused, and I asked them, like, why are you coming to me asking me this? And, really there was nothing they could say. Both of them were kind of just like shocked that I was kind of upset about it because I didn't see the need for that. And I knew where it was going later, or what the end result was going to be. You guys can kind of read in between the lines as far as, I think what they want ultimately and why they are approaching people for this. Now, I will say this, that, if you want somebody to help you through the process, you feel like you need that, They will they tell you that they will look out for you. They will follow your passport if you need to get it back sooner, because the process usually takes, I think, 2 to 3 months to get your passport back. So once you're finished with everything, they'll give you a slip and tell you when to come back. Usually it's 2 to 3 months. So that's one thing I also want to mention today, because a couple people that contacted me were frustrated because it was going to take so long. It does take time, guys, so you just have to kind of go with it. If you have an urgent situation, you have a flight to catch, or something else is going on, please bring a copy of that for them to see, and they will try to work with you. They will. But if you don't have anything urgent, just wait it out. Like, it shouldn't be a big deal. You're just waiting on them to print it. Just go ahead and wait it out. That's what I would suggest, unless you have something urgent going on that you need it back quickly. But as I was saying about the officers that want to help you and watch your passport or look out for it, there are people that say that they will do this, and they say that they can help you get it back sooner if that's what you need. I just don't think it's necessary. That's my thing. I'm not speaking about all of the immigration officers or anybody in particular that you may know. I'm sure that there are some people that will do the right thing, that will look out for you. And if you want to give them something on the side, that's fine. But I'm just saying, there are people out there that are not doing the right thing. And unfortunately, that happened to me. So I want to warn you. I want to let you know you can do it on your own. That's what this is all about. I think that we have to give the ultimate respect to the immigration service. I have always stayed on top of my immigration process. I am not going to tell you, it's expired, don't worry, just do. No. You need to always do the right thing. You are a guest in the country unless you are a citizen. And so I highly and fully believe that. So I always offer the ultimate respect to them and do the process as they suggest. So that's my kind of disclaimer, I guess, if you will, for the whole process and the situation. So now that's out the way, let's get started on what you're gonna need to go through this process.
Now I believe I can be all I dream, the connection to destiny.
Okay, so number one, the first thing you need is your Ghana card. As I mentioned, like I said, I'm going through all of these. I mentioned them in the last video. So if you didn't watch it, you don't have to, because I'll mention everything here. So get your Ghana card. Your Ghana card is your ID, basically, for Ghana. And everybody is required to have it. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're going to need it for the process. You need to make a copy of the front and the back and take it with you with your other documents when you go to get your residence permit or to file for your residence permit. You can get the Ghana card several different places in Ghana, in Accra. I suggest to go to Cal Bank, which is on Independence Avenue, to get it, simply because you can do it all in the same day as far as the immigration process. You can go to Cal Bank first, get your Ghana card, and then go to the immigration service, because it's very close. It's right down the street. So it's easy to do if you want to do it all in the same day. If you start very, very early in the morning, you can get it all done. So Cal Bank on Independence Avenue, it's near immigration. And it is going to cost you $120 if this is your first time getting the Ghana card. If you are getting it renewed, it is $60. So it's $60 per year, or $120 the first time. Now, there has been a change. They have implemented a process where you can get it for just 1 year, you can get it for 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years. Okay, so you will have to pay the $60 for every year if you get it for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Okay, so it's going to be 2 years, 120 for the 2 years, and so on for the 5 and the 10. So just know that it's going to be a little more costly, but very convenient, I think. Very convenient. You don't have to keep going there every year to get it renewed, because if it expires, you're going to have to pay. Like, you're going to have to pay for however long it was expired. I know somebody that happened to, and I was very surprised that they do that. So don't let it get expired. If you have any control over that, at least if you're in the country, make sure you don't let it expire. You're going to have to pay up. But this is a nice option now. This was a nice change that I found out when I was there this year, or in 2023. The second thing you need is a letter of support from the Diaspora office. So this letter is them just saying that we support this person's move to the country, and you can email them. All right, so I'm going to put the email right up here. You can send an email to them and let them know that you need this letter, and you need to make an appointment for this letter, because you will be interviewed. It's a very short interview, no big deal, but they'll ask you a few questions and they'll want to get to know a little bit more about you, and that's it. And they'll make the letter, they'll write the letter for you right there, so you'll leave with it. I wouldn't suggest trying to do that in the same day as your immigration process, not unless you have to. I know some people did do that. I just think that may be a bit much and unpredictable, because you don't know, as far as timing, how it's going to go. But if you get to immigration early, that's going to be great for you, because there are very little people there early in the morning, especially if it's just on a random weekday. I think I went at I got there when they opened, and it was nobody but 2 other people there. So it was a very quick process for me. So go as early as you can to immigration. And that's why I'm suggesting that you shouldn't do the letter and immigration in the same day. But go ahead and email them for your appointment, set that up, and get the letter to take with you to immigration. Let's talk about the documents, all the documents that you're going to need. So what you are applying for is a bond, a residence bond, which means you're going to need 2 Ghanaians to vouch for you, to say that basically they're supporting you through this process. If anything happens, they're going to be responsible for you. So make sure you get 2 Ghanaians that they're probably going to ask that question, like, how do you know this person? All of that good stuff. So 2 Ghanaians that please do that. And they will need, one of them needs to have a copy of their bank statements, 2 months worth of bank statements. So this is just, because they're saying that they will financially be supporting you. So both of them do not need, just one needs the bank statements, but they both need a letter of support. Very simple, short letter, just basically saying, I know this person, I'm willing to support her here in Ghana. That's it, or him here in Ghana. So each of them need a letter, one of them needs a bank statement, and each of them need a copy, front and back, of their Ghana card. All right, I think, or passport. Passport too? Or either or? Yeah, either or. Passport or Ghana card. So next, after you have your Ghanaians, make sure they go with you. They're going to have to go because you're going to be interviewed. So that's something I make sure to say. You will need a copy of your bank statements as well. 2 months worth of bank statements. You need a copy of your Ghana card. I think I mentioned that in step 1. So bring that along with you. And you need to prepare a letter too, stating that you are applying. It's a request for residency. That's what it's called. So stating that you are applying to be a resident, why you want to do that, where you're coming from, so they want to know your reasoning and they want a letter. Immigration Service loves letters. Like they want a letter for everything, okay? So make sure you have letters. That's like so important for all processes. But you make a letter as well. So you also need proof of residence at the moment. So wherever you are staying, you need either a lease agreement with your name, in your name. You can have a land indenture in your name. You can have a letter from the person that you are living with, stating that you're living there in your name, with your name on it. But they need some type of proof of where you are living currently, right? And where you will be living. Okay. And I think you need 2 passport style photos. And the last thing, but not least, and this is the new thing that has been added. Okay, so it used to be a COVID test. So last year was a COVID test. No more COVID tests, guys. But they have now added the physical examination, the medical exam. The medical exam must be done at immigration. It cannot be done at another hospital. This is something that you have to realize and know. Please don't come to Ghana with one thinking that you can use that. Don't go to another hospital or clinic here. You have to wait till you get there, and they will send you to the clinic that is there, right, on the premises. You'll get it done, bring it back, bring your receipt back. So that, I'm unsure about how much that is. I've been trying to find out exactly how much it is. But from what I've heard, because a couple people have reached out to me to tell me that this was a change, it happened pretty soon after I put out the last video, which is very interesting because it was quick. I think it was like January. It changed last January. So I think that it's between $100 to $200 for, it may be a little bit even more than 200. I'm not sure. Let's just say 100 to 250, somewhere in there. Dollars too. So for this medical exam, so it's not cheap. It is pretty pricey. So just be prepared. I'm sad about that, just because it used to be a very affordable process. And not saying that this is, being affordable depends on your situation, but I feel like that's kind of pricey. But there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to respect the process and be prepared. It's at least good that you know now that you're going to have to go through this, and you will need that physical or medical examination done. Okay. And the fourth thing that you will need is to bring 300 Ghana cedis for the permit. So it is only 300 cedis, no additional costs. That's it. 300 cedis for that. So 1, 2, 3 things that you'll be paying for: the Ghana card, the actual permit, and your physical examination. Now, those are the only 3 things that you should have to pay for. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's it for the residency process, the bond residency process. Now, next process. Okay, so we are back. I asked my husband to join me. You guys know this guy.
Thank you so much for joining.
All right. So I want to talk about the spousal process. Mm-hmm. It's relatively close to the regular bond, but this is also a bond process as well, which we were unaware of. Mm-hmm. So let's kind of go back and say, if you are married to a Ghanaian for more than 6 months, mm-hmm. you can apply. Your spouse, your Ghanaian spouse,
can apply for you.
Right. can apply for you.
And it's kind of similar to the first one. You still need 2 Ghanaians, that's your spouse and another Ghanaian, and then you need to fill out the bond as well, and then you fill out the residency, what do you call it? No, I mean, your wife or husband, your spouse first fills out the forms.
Yeah.
Yes. Her information or his information has to be there. So they fill it themselves, and then you write the letter, sponsor letter, and then your guarantor also writes a letter too. Yes. So it's kind of
Similar.
Right.
Very similar. We were actually surprised that we needed a second Ghanaian still, because it's another bond process. So yeah, we were kind of taken back by that, but it's all good.
And it also takes less than a day to finish. It doesn't take you to go and come. So yeah,
course,
2 letters. Okay, and I also need a bank statement to support. Yes, so you also need bank statements. You can
just from your spouse.
Yeah, you want
the other Ghanaian will not need a bank statement.
Yeah, so it's just I did mine from I backdated it to like 3 months. So yeah, so 3 months to the current date. So that's fine. Yeah, that works. But if you can do 6 months, it's also fine. That's how most people take. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and you'll have to go through another interview as well, interview process. So one thing we did find out though is this is kind of a rewind. I think it's going to be the same for the spousal as well.
Right.
Once you bring your Ghanaian and you signed all the papers, you've given the information, and you have your interview, you don't have to do that again when you go back to renew. So that was another piece.
Yes, the next one, you don't have to get another Ghanaian, you don't have to get another sponsor letter, you don't have to get a bank statement. So you just write the letter, the spouse writes the letter, and then adds the passport or Ghana card, and that's it. And then you just go and then get it. And I think the first one is 300 cedis, and then when you're doing the spouse visa, it's 150 cedis.
Right.
And then when you're renewing too, it's 150. Yeah. And also, we got to know that you can still continue with the bond. I mean, the first bond, you can still continue doing that, which you can get an infinite stay here. You just be getting the years. That's 1 year each, 1 year each. But if you're changing it to the spouse visa, then you can get 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, infinite, and then you can apply for citizenship.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. All right. So yeah. So first step is to, of course, you're gonna have to have your Ghana card. Your spouse is gonna need Ghana card. Your second person will need a Ghana card. You need 2 letters from both Ghanaians. Now, your spouse is the one that's leading. They are the one that is applying for you. So like you mentioned, they need to do a letter stating that they are applying for you, that you know that they're applying for you. And they will also need to provide bank statements. The second Ghanaian does not. And as far as paperwork, that's it. You will not need a physical examination.
No.
You will, I'm trying to think about the other steps. Most of those you don't need, just what we just mentioned.
Yeah. And then with the interview, make sure the Ghanaian you're going with really knows you, because you don't know how it varies. Because the first time we were asked, do you know her? The guarantor was like, yeah, I know her. What's her name? He mentioned the name. So, you know what, the questions might vary. So maybe yours will be like, oh, where does she live, or where is she coming from? And they'll be like, oh, America, not knowing the person is from the UK. So please kind of take someone that knows you.
Please
so that you can have the. maybe you might be lucky there will be no interview. You know, you
Yeah.
just go in, walk in, and like, oh, okay,
Sign.
welcome, and then they sign.
Yeah.
But you know, it varies. You
Yeah.
might not be lucky that day, and then it will be like a serious hot seat interview. So
Yeah.
yeah, please kindly go with a Ghanaian that actually knows you. Even if it doesn't know you by anything, it should be your name and where you're from, at least, or what you do. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
What
yeah.
you do,
They
your
might ask
occupation.
that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So occupation is also very important. So,
Mm-hmm.
so if it doesn't match with what you wrote in the paper and what you say in the interview, so kindly go with someone you actually know. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And also everything is done in the headquarters. Please go to the headquarters. The headquarters is located at Accra.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Accra. So from Circle to that place is not far. Just put in Ghana Immigration Office or Ghana Immigration Service headquarters, and then the map will take you right there.
Yeah.
And everything is done there. And did you mention Ghana card where to get it done?
Yes.
Yes, it's
In the
also,
first part.
yes. So you can also go there. Don't go to the head office. They do it at the head office, but there's so many queues there.
Yeah.
The head office is National Identification Authority. It's around Shiashi. So that side, don't go there.
Yeah, it's a
There's
lot,
a lot
of people.
You can get it that same day, but it's a lot of people.
You'll wait the whole
Yeah.
day.
Yes, so
At
go to
Cal Bank is quick. It's usually not a long line.
Yeah, even if you're a Ghanaian and you want to go do a Ghana card, go and do it on
Go
Cal
on
Bank.
a yeah.
It's fast. It's 250 cedis.
Yeah. Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Yep.
That comes to the end.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, this is like the 116th day I've been out of camera. And thank you so much for bringing me back home. I really appreciate it. Guys, I know people will come in the comment section. Go and do a video. Yes, I will do a video. I'm sorry I've been away for so long. We're trying to put things together and do something nice for you. I just don't want to come back and then do one video and go back again. I have to plan well so that when I'm coming back, I have to do what I used to do and bring more videos. And then you got it. I still remain the name Nappie.
Residency is done. I mentioned this in last year's video, I'll mention it quickly again. If you are just visiting and you've been here for 3 months, check your stamp. The stamp, even though you may have a year visa, you may have a 5-year visa, the stamp is what's important.
Yes.
They will only stamp you for 3 months.
And
you only
you know,
get to stay 3 months at a time.
And some people don't really check. Sometimes they only put 1 month and you don't even know.
Yeah.
They put 1 month, they can put 2 months, you don't know.
Yes.
So let's say you
check
arrive at the airport and you are asked, what are you coming to do here? And you're like, oh, I'm coming to visit. I'm going to tourist places and I'll be here for 2 weeks. They might put 1 month. So if you don't check, it will go against you.
Yeah.
So mostly when you're coming in, please request for 3 months and be on the safer side. Even if you're coming for a day, request for 3 months. If you tell an immigration officer, oh, you want to have 3 months stamp on your passport, they will do it. It's no argument. And it's 90 days, you will have it and you must have it.
Yeah. So you definitely want to make sure you check out, like he said. And if you are here longer than 3 months, if you want to stay, you can get an extension. You're going to have to go to the immigration office, bring a letter, you don't need a Ghana card or anything for this. You're just basically going to need your letter stating why you want to extend, and they will extend it for you.
Yes.
So, and they will extend 2 to 3 months. So get the extension. So many people, I think, have just been overstaying and not realizing. Sometimes they don't know that it was just 3 months. Sometimes whatever happens. But just know if that happens and you need to be here longer, you can get an extended.
Right.
Do the right thing. Make sure you are legal in the country. You can get it extended up to, I think, 3 times. So you go 1, 2 to 3 months. You can go again for the second time and then a third time.
So you can't extend it more than a year. Yes.
Right, that's
you
true.
can extend
Total more than a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can extend it up to a year, but you can extend more than a year.
Yeah.
So 3 months, or
You have to go and come.
so 9 months, you are done. You can extend again.
Yeah.
So technically, it's just 1 year that you can do your extension. And then you can leave and come back on your same 5-year or 6-year, 10-year visa.
Right.
Yeah, then that works.
Yes.
For you. Yeah.
So
Please.
I think definitely
Yes.
I always like to mention that.
Let's adhere to the rules.
Yes.
And also
Let's do
and
that.
be on the safer side.
And just be wise when you're going through the process. You know your stuff. If you know what you're doing, don't let anybody tell you, not even them, tell you something totally different. Just use wisdom, guys. You have the information. We're giving it to you for that purpose, so that you'll be in the know.
Don't go and say Tiffany said, oh, please. Please. Just.
I do not work for immigration.
No.
Listen, I'm
works for
not.
immigration. It's just, it might change the next day. It can change any day. So when you're going to do it, just tell them what you know, and they can help you. They can give you more insight. The very moment they know you have an idea, because the time we were going to do the second one, they actually educated us a lot. So so you just tell them what you know, because some of them were even surprised we knew so much. So you tell them what you know, and they'll be happy to listen.
Very true.
Right?
Yeah, it's very, very true. Just know what you know, and be respectful when you go. Please. Yes.
Come, sit, stand, do all that for them. You leave in peace.
Yes.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah. All right. So that's the end. Get your process, get it done. We're going to put everything up on the screen right now, so you'll know everything that you need. Again, you'll have all of your documents in order when you go. If you have any questions, please check the details out. My email address is always there. You can email me, and I'm happy to respond. Thank you for those of you who reached out to me over the last year. I'm glad that you got your process done and it was a help to you. So let's hear some more good stories.
I'll put my email as well. Mine will be consultation. I'll take coins.
Bye guys.
All right, thank you so much. Please go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel at Tyinspire and share to your family and friends.
Please.
Let's hit 10K this year. Or you want 50? Yeah, 50K is fine.
Whoa.
Let's do it. Please subscribe, share to each and everyone you know, so
Yes.
that they can go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're coming to Ghana, please come in peace and enjoy the love and amazing stuff here. I'm going to see you guys on the other side.
Bye.
Peace.